Edible Garden Girl here. Welcome to my new kitchen. I am so excited. This is the first video that I'm doing in my new kitchen, and I have a special guest with me today. I have my friend Laura. She is a virgin gardener. She grew tomatoes for the first time this past summer, and she said to me, "Hillary, what am I going to do with all of these tomatoes that I have growing in my garden? We can't eat them all." And I said, well, the best thing to do is to pick the tomatoes when they're ripe and just put them in bags, gallon-sized bags, and put them in the freezer. And then you can let them gather up, and then in the winter, like it is now, you can gather all your bags of your frozen tomatoes and you can make homemade tomato sauce. It is so easy to do, and I'm gonna show you how. The key to making great sauce is a food mill. So this is my food mill. I have a manual one. My sister has a fancy one because she makes sauce all the time, but I don't do it every year. Maybe I'll get a fancy one if I have more tomatoes in my brand new garden. But anyway, so this food mill, basically it just turns. It turns, trust me. It doesn't like to be dry. I take my frozen tomatoes that I've taken the skin off of. You don't have to take the skin off, but my food mill is a little old, so it prefers to have the skin off first. It's very easy to get the skin off from the tomatoes when they're frozen because when they defrost, the skin comes right off. So it's great. So you put your tomatoes in here, you turn your food mill, and you get a tomato puree. Okay, so in my little mini food processor, I've got one small onion cut up, I've got a full head of garlic cut up, and I got half a cup of olive oil. I'm gonna blend them in this mini blender, and then we're gonna start cooking the onions and the garlic mixture at the bottom of your pot. I've added the tomato puree to the pot, and now we're gonna simmer it for 4 to 6 hours. So for our finishing touches of the flavor and the texture, I'm gonna take some tomato paste. I'm going to mix it with a little bit of the tomato sauce so that I can incorporate it into the sauce. The other things that you need besides your onion, garlic, and tomato is you need a little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar. Now, the proportions of those things depend how much volume of tomato sauce you have. Let's mix it in. Excellent. Now I'm gonna add the fresh basil, and I'm gonna cook this on the stove for about another, let's say 45 minutes to an hour. And then I will let it cool and put it in jars. Okay, let's have another little taste. That is good sauce.